Welcome, everyone, to the 44th Annual Tampa-Hillsborough County Storytelling Festival. This year, we have a hybrid festival with in-person workshops at the libraries, after-school host storytelling clubs, an online story school, and an online final storytelling event for our festival on May 7th. My name is Lisa. I'm with the Tampa-Hillsborough County Public Library, and I'm joined today by our pal Katie. And we are here today to tell you all about the resources that you can find online about how to learn to be a storyteller at hcplc.org/storytelling festival. Ms. Katie, I'm going to hand it over to you to tell the folks some more.
Well, hi, everybody. I am Katie Adams, and I've got a few notes here to help me with what we're going to bring you today. The Tampa-Hillsborough County Storytelling Festival is one of the longest running storytelling festivals that features young storytellers. We love storytelling and we love teaching young people to tell stories. Storytelling, well, what is that? Storytelling is dramatic public speaking. It helps to increase literary skills like reading, writing, speaking, and listening. It helps build confidence and it encourages creativity. Storytelling is a great gift to give to the children and young people that you love.
And there are a lot of people who had their hands in helping us bring that love of storytelling to you. So I want to tell you about our 2024 community sponsors for the Storytelling Festival. We, of course, have our pals within all of our Tampa-Hillsborough County organizations, the Hillsborough County Public Schools, the Friends of the Library of the Tampa-Hillsborough County, and the Friends of the Library of Tampa-Hillsborough County in honor of Jen Platt. So as you can see, so many hands come together to bring this great program to you, and we very much appreciate all that they do for us.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Very appreciative. So today we're going to do three things. We're going to show you what storytelling is and talk about what makes a good story. The second thing we're going to do is we're going to give you information about the online story school where you can watch videos that teach you how to be a storyteller. So we're going to get all into that so you'll know how to use that. And the third thing, we're going to tell you about our fabulous online final storytelling event that is featuring nationally known storyteller Bill Harley.
And before we get into breaking all those things down and getting you all that good information, we have a treat. And we're going to start off with a video of Katie telling us a story about Aesop. It's an Aesop's fable about the lion and the mouse. So let's see.
Hi, I'm Katie Adams with Make Believe Theater. I have a story for you today, an Aesop's fable. Aesop was a man who lived over 3,000 years ago in Greece. He told lots of stories to people, and we still remember them today. You can find these stories in your library. The story I'm going to tell you today is called The Lion and the Mouse. Little Mouse was a fast runner. She could run faster than all her brothers and sisters. Her mother always picked her to run an errand because she could run and get back in a flash. Now one day, Little Mouse was running through the forest on an errand for her mother. She ran down the path in the forest. She ran under the big leaves. She ran around the rocks. She ran up onto the root of a tree, then she jumped off and kept running. She looked back to see how far she had gone, and she ran up onto a little hill. Oh, She had never been on this hill before. She looked, it was covered with golden brown grass. She wondered if that grass might taste good. So she just leaned her head down and she sniffed at the grass. Ooh, it seemed like it might taste good. So she just leaned over a little more and nibbled at that grass. When all of a sudden the ground under her started to heave and rock. Little Mouse started to run. She ran and she ran all the way down to the forest floor. She started to run away into some bushes when behind her she heard the roar of a lion. Help me out. Roar. Little Mouse looked back and there was a great big lion. He was covered in golden brown fur. It was not grass, it was fur. She had been running around on a lion. He must have been asleep, but he was not asleep anymore. His eyes were wide open and he was looking right at her. Little Mouse turned to run away, but the lion reached out his big paw and he pressed her to the ground. Then he picked her up by her tail and held her right in front of his big open mouth. Little Mouse could see those big white teeth. She could see his big red tongue. She could feel his hot breath blowing past her. She said, oh, please, Mr. Lion, please don't eat me. If you save my life, I promise one day I will save your life. Lion said, how could something so small help me? You have made me laugh, Little Mouse, and since you are so funny, I will let you go. As soon as he let go of Little Mouse, she took off. She ran as fast as she could all the way back to her house. She did not stop until she was inside the door. After that, Little Mouse stayed away from Lion. But one day, as she was running through the forest, she could hear Lion roaring, but it didn't sound like his normal roar. It sounded like this. Row! Little Mouse thought, Lion is in trouble. So she started to run towards him. Finally, she came into a big clearing in the forest, and there she saw ropes coming down over the lion. It was a hunter's trap, a big rope net. The lion was caught in the trap, and the more he struggled, the tighter the ropes got, until finally he couldn't move at all. Row! Little Mouse listened. She could hear footsteps running through the forest, getting closer and closer. She looked up at Lion. She said, Lion, I promised one day I would save your life, and today is the day. She ran up onto the ropes of the trap, and with her sharp teeth, she started to gnaw at the knots. She listened. She could hear those footsteps getting even closer, so she gnawed even faster. When pow! The ropes of the trap broke open, and the lion broke free. He and Little Mouse started to run from the hunter. And as Lion ran, he said, Little Mouse, you are a true friend. The moral of this story is you're never too big to need help, and you're never too small to be helpful. Thank you for helping me with this story.
Aw, I love that story. So helpful.
Thank you. It's a lot of fun to tell that story. So.
Well, we are going to jump right into our next little section where Katie's going to tell us about what makes good storytelling.
Well, one of the things you could see in that video is that I was not holding up a book to tell the story. In our county, the way we learn storytelling, we do get books from the library or from our school. So we start with the story in the book, but then we memorize the story. We learn it by heart, so we do not have the book with us when we're performing the stories. So good storytelling, the storyteller is not holding the book. That's very important. The second thing is the storytelling uses a lot of performance or acting techniques to help bring the story to life. We use the voice to create character voices and sound effects. So for instance, in that story, I had lion roaring. I had a lower voice for lion, little mouse, you are a true friend. And then I have a higher voice for little mouse, like lion is in trouble. So we switch our voice to show those different characters. We can use high or low voices. We can use fast or slow voices, like tortoise in the hare. The tortoise has a slow voice as he's walking along. You think you're so fast? It's a lot of fun to try those different types of voices. Or you can also do a soft voice or a loud voice, like the voice of a giant. So we use our voice a lot with our storytelling. And we also use our body with movement and action. We add a lot of action to our stories, but we also want to be careful that we don't go outside of a focus area. So we don't want to step way out of the picture when we're telling our story. We want to stay in place, but use some action, use our hands, different parts of our body to help create the story. Those are some things that help make a good story. Now, all of these stories, like I said, come from books, and you can find these books at your library, or you can look online and find the books and then go and get them from your library. So Lisa, there, I see that slide.
Yeah, we've got some great books picked out for you. Our librarians put together a staff picks reading list that's called Great Tales for Storytelling. So you can find that book list on the storytelling landing page at hcplc.org/storytelling festival. If you're on a mobile device and have another mobile device handy, you want to scan that QR code, you can do that, and that'll take you right to the book list as well. So lots of great stories in there. I recognize some that I enjoyed hearing when I was a kid, and then some newer ones that I have never seen before. So there's a really good mix of classics like the Aesop storytelling, and then some newer ones as well. So definitely check those out if you're looking for your next great tale to tell.
They are awesome stories. We recommend them. You can learn to be a storyteller from your own home. So we want to tell you now about the online story school and how you can be a storyteller using the videos and resources on the website at hcplc.org/storytelling festival. Like I say, you can learn to be a storyteller from your own home. And we have this whole online program that's called Story School that can teach you how to be a storyteller, or maybe the adult, your parent or grandparent or guardian can use those videos to help teach you be a storyteller. Story School is 11 videos that you can access, again, from that hcplc.org/storytelling festival. And you can click on what is storytelling. There's a button there, and that will take you to start the videos. Or you can click on a link that says Story School Playlist, and from there you can access the whole menu of all the videos. These videos teach you everything from what is storytelling to movement for your story, vocal warm-ups, handling nervousness, and recording the video of your storytelling. So you can play these videos in the order that we've put them in, or you can pick and choose which videos you want to view. You can go back and review things if you want to remember something. You can stop and start at any time and go at your own pace. Once you have learned your story, you can make a video of it and send it to us to be evaluated. We need to look at the videos and see if they come up to the storytelling quality criteria. Everybody who has a great story can qualify. So we encourage you to make that video and send it in. To find out more about recording and uploading your story, again, on the website, click on the link, How to Record and Submit Your Story. Now, the deadline to submit your story is very important, and that is Friday, April 5th, 2024. It's very important to send us the video of your storytelling by that deadline so that we can review it. And then if it comes up to festival quality, you could have your video showcased on the HCPLC YouTube channel. So you want to make sure you get that video to us by Friday, April 5th. If you want to see videos from last year's festival on that YouTube channel, you can go to YouTube/Tampa Hills Live. That's all one word, Tampa Hills Live. And there you can see the 2023 Storytelling Festival videos that are from our storytellers last year. For more information about the Story School, like if you get into those videos and you have a question, you can contact us at Tampa Story Fest. That's Tampa Story Fest @gmail.com. Just send us an email and we'll try to answer your question. And that's all about our Story School. Now, finally, the third thing that we were going to cover with you today is we want to invite you to join us on May 7th for our fabulous online final storytelling event featuring nationally known Grammy Award-winning Bill Harley. Bill uses song and story to bring a vibrant and hilarious picture of growing up, schooling, and family life. I've had a chance to see his storytelling and it makes me laugh and smile. It's always a good time. So we're really looking forward to seeing Bill Harley on May 7th. The event is going to be in the evening from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. So you can tune in from your home. Also featured will be some of the youthful storytelling ambassadors, some of our best storytellers, and regionally known adult storytellers. To register for the online festival, it's easy. You can go to hcplc.org/storytellingfestival, scroll down to the events, and click on the link to register. Or right now you can see that QR code on our slide there. Just scan it with your camera on your phone, and that'll take you right to where you can register for that fun storytelling event that we're going to have on May 7th. So I want to
so excited for it.
Yeah, I want to encourage you all to join with us and celebrate storytelling.
We do hope you can join us for that. If you have any questions about what we talked about today, you can reach out to us at hcplc.org/contact. Give us a call, 813-273-3652. And if you want to reach out to the Tampa Storytelling Festival Committee, if you have questions about the submission, you can reach them at tampastoryfest@gmail.com. And if you don't have any more questions for us, we've had our contact information up on the screen. We want to remind you again about all of our wonderful 2024 community sponsors who helped bring these programs to you, whether it's the in-person workshops or the online festival. So many folks have had a hand in making this possible for 44 years now. So thank you, Katie, so much for your support this year. And we look forward to seeing you all for our big virtual finale in May. So look forward to seeing you then. Katie, thank you. We'll see you soon.
Thank you, Lisa.